So, unfortunately, being a little bit lacking. I have a trailer for literally all the other Fallout games except for New Vegas, unfortunately, and Tactics, which I might not even ever go into, at least not in stream. I tried starting a couple times. I don't know. I just seem to, for whatever reason, I seem to be struggling with real-time strategy aspect of that and anything else. And from what I can read online about it, the turn-based aspect not as balanced for the game. Kind of like an afterthought, possibly, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so we'll just be starting the game straight up. I've been mulling over it. I'm going to attempt to do survival. And now, I am going to go and say I'm not as versed in New Vegas as I was in Fallout 3. I think I played through a lot more content of Fallout 3. And New Vegas, not nearly as much. I know some things. I know we want to go south. I know we will probably want to do the tutorial, especially if we're doing survival mode and stuff. We do have DLC, which I've never really done survival mode in this game. So that's probably going to, I don't know, I guess nerf it some because of the Vault Flask. So I guess we'll kind of just play it from there. And yeah, I don't know if I'll keep the flask or they'll drop it if I can. Imagine it's flagged as like freaking quest item. Oh yeah, you can't drop this. I do have a death counter. And if everything goes well, we will just continue on from this point as well, onward. I actually had to try and find the game because I did not have it with the rest of my collection. And I had set it off to the side and it got moved with a stack of stuff at some point when I had it ready to be used later. But thankfully all the DLC and everything was already there. And then I just had to do some checks on some other stuff and so on and so forth. So we're going to start a new game. I'll let everything else play out. I'll just have to make. I don't know what elements I use. It might be some of this, might be some other stuff. I don't know. Depends on what I got to work with for promo stuff. Yeah, and what I can pull for voice lines from the original guy. You know what? Kind of feel sad at myself because no trailer for New Vegas, but I got a trailer for London that I had issues with. Speaking of, I still need to go through and test that. I actually have. I've been looking to some other potentially fun things to do for streaming.
War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanned the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
First time I've noticed that they can actually see all the way through the barrel of the gun instead of just like being a shadow. Interesting. Alright, so we've been shot in the head and we lived. I don't know how bad survival mode's going to be, so I will probably throw in a bit more into endurance and all that. Classic pack. Caravan pack.
You're awake.
Because of the
How about
DLC. Clean it with a bunch of items.
Whoa. Oh, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a
Entrance
second?
ears.
Get your
Rod
bearings.
machetes.
Let's see what the damage
Lightweight
is.
fittings.
How about your name?
Lightweight metal armor. Mercenary
Can you
grenade
tell me
rifle.
your name?
Sure. Cool. So all of our protects have a
I
different
can't say
name, I
that's
guess.
what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
Alright. Well, I got tails, so we'll be female this time. I guess. What do we got for presets? Sure.
most of it right anyway.
I'm
Stuff
not gonna be
that
looking at her
matters.
face too much anyway.
Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore.
I'll probably change the name.
Let's see if we can
Just
get
a
you
bit.
on your feet.
Because I'm just sitting here, it's like, wait,
Good.
that's right, we can actually choose.
Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by
Make
that
choose an
bigger
all
tester
from it.
machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race. Looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. You'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
I can't remember what affects the other skills like survival and stuff, which might actually be a bit more helpful this time, this go around. Strength we could probably keep at 5. I suppose it depends on how much we're going to rely on VATS. We have iron sights, so gunplay will be a bit easier. I want to say charisma is way more powerful in this game than it is in 3. But I think it's also a bit more set. Like, you just pass the check instead of having a percentage value too. So, barter speech companion nerve. Okay, so it does tell us. Okay, so going back to strength, melee, unarmed, inventory weight, damage, weapon effectiveness. Explosive, lockpicking, energy weapons, accuracy, compass range. Unarmed, health, resistance, survival. Broader speech companion nerve. Science, repair, medicine, skill points. And then gun sneak. I guess we could go for low charisma again. Right? Because we could still raise speech. We just won't get the bonuses. And I honestly cannot remember. I know where a companion or two are. Maybe not specifically location, but I know where one specifically is. No, make that 2. I think she does rifle, shotguns, and then dog. Then there's like another 2 or 3 that I'm aware of, but I can't remember specifically like on the map where they would be. Just the general location. All skills, critical hits, enemy mishaps. Which I think are maybe, I don't know. I haven't tried doing high luck before in this game. Maybe I'll do that as like a fun off-stream thing at some point. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna get hit. The question is, how often? We start off with a lot of items right off the bat, so we need the strength to carry it, at the very least to sell some of it. Maybe. Being able to move is certainly gonna help. I could probably take that and I'm debating this. I would like to have full agility right off the bat, kind of like what we had in Fallout 3. It seems like we have a few less points. There's a chance we could probably do training, intense training, to get back some. I don't know. I guess we'll go with that.
Look at that. The bullet's done your brain some good. Well, we know your vitals are good. But that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn dropping. What do you say you take a seat? Let me go through a couple of questions. See if your dogs are still barking.
We're very smart, but we have no people skills.
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog. House. Night. Bandit.
Bribe, crush, stab, Swiss cheese, vaporize.
Light. Mother.
Caretaker, jeans, cookie jar, tantrum, paddle, regret, human shield.
Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Strongly disagree.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
Somewhat agree.
I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
No opinion.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
Strongly
I
disagree.
charge in to deal with my problems head on.
Given our previous playthrough, no. But also yes.
Almost
Also
done
no.
here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
An angry two-headed ant.
Okay. How about this one?
I see a priceless work of art. It's some piece of space-age technology, a ship at sea. I'm too embarrassed to say what it looks like. I mean, it is fair. We'll go with that.
Last one.
Light in the darkness, bearded man, mushroom cloud, head on pillow. And then I guess people modded in 2 bears high-fiving. Which, I mean, yeah. Mushroom cloud.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Okay, so let's see. What do they pick? Energy weapons, explosives, science. Okay. Explosives were very helpful, but I don't think we're going to be... There's too much we have to use explosives on in this. Let's go ahead and take that off. Our barter is absolute crap. It is crap-tastic. Alright. So repair would put us at 39. Oh. It's not even small guns, big guns. It's just guns, energy weapons, explosives. Okay. So this does affect missile launchers and Fatmen. Alright. Good to keep in mind. And now this affects flamers and stuff. Okay. Okay, cool, cool. Good to know. And then survival. Increase the hit points you receive from food and drink. It also helps you create consumable items at campfires. Okay, so how about this? Guns, medicine, survival.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Maybe we do. Okay, so we can pick 2 traits. None. Okay, starting from the bottom. Wait, Wild Wasteland. Sounds fun, but let's see what else we got. Because we're going to be going through survival. While using gun energy weapons, you fire 20% more slowly, but are 20% more accurate. Seems like it should be reasonable. We'll see. Due to your small size, you have +1 agility, but your limbs are more easily crippled. That would put us at 10. You're skilled, but not experienced. You gain +5 points to every skill, but suffer 10% or -10% from experience gain from now on. You know what? Honestly, not that bad. It just means we're going to level up a little bit slower, but it also, there's a shit ton of quests and stuff in DLC, so we'll see. From frag grenades to throwing spears, you can throw weapons 30% faster at a cost of at less than 25% less range. Nogan's loophole. No one's going to put you out to pasture because you're going to stay young and level 30 forever. You'll never again become addicted to chems, and they'll last twice as long. But after 30, you can kiss experience, perks, and skill points goodbye. Okay. We're gonna make a somewhat informed decision. What is max level for Fallout New Vegas? Okay, so there's a total maximum of 50. Okay. Just needed to make sure. It's like, okay, we're going to do an informed one because I know that there was DLC that adds levels alongside the mission stuff, which I don't think Fallout 3 did at all. Although it gives you more incentive to, you know, actually do as much as you can. Kamikaze. You have 10% action points, but reckless nature, so you have a less than, or you lose 2 damage threshold. Hot-blooded. When your health drops below 50, you gain 10% more damage, but also suffer -2 to your agility and perception attributes. Order. You gain 25 pounds to your carry weight capacity, but suffer a -1 to all attributes anytime the weight you're carrying drops below 160 pounds. Honestly, not that bad. That just means you have like that much less room for like actual sellable loot, I guess. Yeah. Melee and unarmed attacks do more damage, but less critical hit damage. You're good-natured at heart, more prone to solving problems with your mind than violence. You gain +5 to barter, medicine, repairs, science, and speech, but have a -5 to all violence-based skills. 4 eyes. While wearing any type of glasses, you have +1 perception. Without glasses, you have -1 perception. That's another way to increase our perception, I suppose. Fast shot. While using guns and energy weapons, you fire 20% more quickly, but shots are like 20% less accurate. Hey, early riser, enjoy a +2 to each of your special attributes from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., but suffer a -1 from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. when you're not at your best. You have a fear of enclosed spaces, probably because of the mutants that live there. You gain +1 to special attributes when outside, but suffer -1 while indoors. The flamer that burns twice as bright burns half as long. All weapons have +3% chance to critically hit, but equipment condition decays 15% faster. Okay, so we can go for skill. We get a +5 to all skill points. You know what? Let's have a bit of fun. Is otherwise I'd probably either have chosen this or small frame, perhaps, or maybe even 4 eyes. I mean, we don't have glasses, I think, on hand right now, but soon it shouldn't be that hard to obtain. Plus, it just put us back at average, 5. And then when we get them, we'd not just be up to 6, but we'd also get, considering +1 perception base for glasses, so that'd put us at 7, 8 perception. So this should be very nice for us to get those skills up quickly.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Okay, and then we're just going to change our name. Pre-war book. Pre-war book. Pre-war book. Pre-war book. Pre-war book. Like, before we do, I know you just fixed this up and everything, but I would like to have some potentially sellable loot. Gun case. And yeah, I'll take the Wonder Glue. Okay, so this is the game that has the repair kit and the doctor's bag. Okay, so we have a doctor's bag. Yes, we're going to loot the doctor. The good doctor who has helped us. But, I could take more pre-war books, but at least now I know to come back. Here's a dresser with nothing in it.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. but it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Was my wife's. I think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen.
Okay.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Okay. Hardcore mode. New Vegas allows you to play in a new hardcore mode that greatly increases the challenge of the game. In this mode, stim packs heal over time, cannot mend broken limbs, right away removes radiation over time, ammunition has weight, and dehydration is a constant concern. This mode is recommended for advanced players. We turn hardcore off at any time in the gameplay menu, but if you activate hardcore mode now and maintain it through to the end of the main storyline, you will receive a special reward. Would you like to activate? Yes. Okay. And what we're going to go ahead and do is create our first save. It's kind of expecting it to ask us, are you certain that this is your character you want to play? Okay, anyway, there's Victor. What we do not want to do is go up through that pass. Oh yeah, that's right, they gave us binoculars. Am I going to be using binoculars that much? Probably not. Okay, we'll probably sell this. Okay, so medium you lose -1 agility. And heavy you probably lose 2. That's what I'm guessing. No perks, just light. Okay. So now we get to play everything as though it were Fallout 4 on survival. So I assume we also have to worry about, yeah, hydration, food, sleep. Okay. Okay. Let's see, we have 4 weapon repair kits, 3 super stims, which were also not in Fallout 3, Sunset Sarsaparilla, Okay, so it does give H2O. Oh, it does not give us much hydration. It does give us some. No, we will not be able to abuse stim packs in the same way that we were before, so we will have to be far, far more careful. Although we do have a canteen. Be interested to see how this canteen works. Okay, true iron sights on, save on rest, all that stuff. Okay, before we even get into any conflict, it is on very hard and survival. Now, we'll see how all this plays out. Okay, so we do have quite a few of those. It's not in the best condition. I don't know if we'll keep the 10mm, other than like high condition, but wait. Aren't the skill books temporary in this one? I think they're temporary. So I can't just use them for permanent gains. Also, we're gonna get very crappy trades. Just gonna go around and like loot the local area, sell what I can, pick up what ammo I can. Everything's gonna hit like a frickin' truck too. So I'm not looking forward to it. Oh, hey. I'm beginning to remember some stuff. I need to keep an eye out for very particular things that I can make items out of them, right? Okay, so I cannot take that stuff because I'd be stealing for now. And that is something we will not do just yet. Just steal. At least not while we're in town. Got a jalapeno. Alright, we'll see how this plays out. Okay, we didn't get hit. So I suppose that's a good thing. Okay. So swapping back does automatically reload it. Good to know. It's like, were there any significant changes that I cannot remember? Possibly. Possibly. Doesn't seem like there are too many dramatic changes. Well, that's nice. Okay, I do need 25. Programmer's Digest. Okay. So, same as Fallout 3, permanent lockout. So let's see. Ability, passion, massive. Howling, clawing, wasting, section, serving, receive, genuine, sending, meaning, hissing, warring, winning, English, healing, provide, coaches. Cool. We're in. The first stealth boy. If we're lucky, we won't ever have to actually use it. I imagine we will. Okay, so we got a bighorn. Actually, a really far I could probably take and sell. Okay, buffalo gourd. I think it was like needed 3 or some such thing, right? And there's like one over here, at least it kind of looks like it, but... Alright, I'll just keep searching. Scrap electronics. Plus 10 for snake. So we'll probably sell some of the more hard skill-based books for caps. But if I can, I might try to hold on to them until after we at least get one level up. And we will be doing all this on for 60, just because it's stable. I got like 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, something like that, before it crashed. Okay, we're not stealing. Everything's fine there. Got sunset sarsaparillas. All these motorcycles. Oh no, they have gas tanks. Unless they're also like fusion powered and that's just a tank for antifreeze. Take a sip of your trusty... So I think it'll help reduce our thirst, right? But I don't think it'll be the cure to the thirst. And then obviously the more we like move and run. Kind of keep exploring, because I think I still need like 2 more of the buffalo gourds. And despite being like first enemies, the geckos are actually pretty annoying. At least we actually have like guns versus our Fallout 2, where it's like, oh yeah, combat on hard, everything else on hard. My character, why did you do this to me? Nettle. Okay. That's another one. Is it an under aid? I feel like it should be, right? Okay, so we got 2. I wonder if that's like real ambience of what's like happening around, or just it's occasionally I hear like knocking or maybe like distant gunshots. And I know I keep trying to check this, but it's like, I just want a third one. Mojave Express. I'm a mailman who was shot in the head. It's fine. I'm just doing my job, taking all this stuff with me.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Alright. Show me what you got for sale. Okay, so we can get 10. That's half value, right? Increases gun condition by 50%. Ammo box 88 special. Sure, I'll take the casings. They're for free. Combat sights. Optics. Salesman Weekly. So I guess if you wanted to, you could buy this, use it, and then go right into selling to them. Those I probably won't sell, depending on how much it'll actually help, like how close we are to it being on it. Let's go. But he does have a silence 22. I don't know if the eggs and forelegs are anything other than that.
Another satisfied customer.
Okay. Ultimately, I'm going to try and hold off until after I get a level up. The other stuff is so cheap, it's like, well, it's not like it's going to change that much, so. But 20 base, and if we can get even a few more caps out of them, might make all the difference.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
Said you could teach me how to survive in the desert.
I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me up.
Okay. And that starts that.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them. That's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along?
Okay, I'm in. Instructorial. We could, but... I mean... If we're to fight geckos, may as well do it while there's someone else there, right? Okay, I think I already got this one, but just to make sure.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way.
Alright, you go first. Because I have, like, crap-tastic
Okay,
sneak.
you're on. Go give him hell.
Really? No. Maybe they're not actually in sight. Okay. Now we hit one. That last one definitely missed. Alright. Because I'm just kind of sitting here, it's like, I'm not really getting too much of an indication I'm actually hitting them.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me. Come with.
Sure. 1, I need the ammo. 2, I need the experience. And 3, the loot is always welcomed if I can get it. Alright. Okay, so just went around. I'll just take Overwatch, I guess. Got one. That one missed. Got him. Alright. Lever. Kill him. I mean, it's not like she needs it anymore. Harmonica. The rest of it's empty. I guess she's supposed to teach me how to killing powder, actually. So it's still progressing.
Ah, hell's bells. There's not a day passes by I don't tell people not to come here by themselves. Some people, your word just isn't good enough for them. Then this happens. Well, it's a part of life out here. Best to accept it. But you did what you promised, staying out here with me. Here's my end of the deal. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested?
Good.
All right then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root
Plus
and a
that
brock
sweet,
flower.
sweet experience.
Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
Alright. Well, I guess I could just fast travel, but still. Sorry, Mr. Jones. But a refrigerator would not save you. I don't know why I keep checking that. Just force a habit, I guess. It's like, there's a thing here, but I already got it. Check it anyway. Okay, so. Actually, did I already grab Xander Root? No. I don't even think it got hit. That might be a little bit harder to spot. And then there's a giant cross over there, which I don't think that would bode well for us. Yeah. Things are a little bit more tanky, it feels like. Then perhaps they would have been. Oh, only 1 XP. Only 1. Should have at least gotten 5. Holy crap! Three shots, really? Well, at least I actually did hit it on the 3rd shot. Flying enemies. I missed. Oh, okay. That one killed it though. That one only took 1. It's like, unfortunately, I kind of need this stuff perhaps a little bit more than you would normally. Okay, so we have snow globes. Are there bobbleheads in this one? Or maybe that is like the bobblehead. Was to be mine. And there's New Vegas, all lit up. Like a jewel or a beacon calling to us. Oh, hey. Okay. Generic name number 2. Okay. And since we did that, we will place a second save. That way we still have the option in case we need to restart things for whatever reason. I don't think we will, but it's there. Okay, so even if I want to go grave robbing, I would need a shovel. This must be it, right? Rock flower. Yeah, I might be able to sell the bottles for some caps. And we do move fairly fast, which is mostly why we went into agility. Because there will probably be a few items that are just going to be way too cost intensive, if not just kill us outright. Toughness only goes so far. You know what? So you know what? I'm going. Yeah. Young gecko. I think the only thing that would probably change with some of the reputation is reputation only changes if there's a witness. If it's like just random like little encounter, it's like, oh yeah, it's just a single guy by himself in the middle of nowhere. But he was expected in. True, but they didn't see me do it. Are you practicing your moonwalk? Maybe not.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. All right, now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, you got it. I need the experience, man. Cool. Later. Homebrewed Sunset Sarsaparilla. Oh, that makes us thirsty. What it heals us for 25 seconds. What does it require? Empty Sunset Sarsaparilla, agave fruit, xander root.
Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. They only weigh like 5 each. It's the word there. So it shows you how much the entire stack weighs before you take it. That's nice. Oh, I guess he did have stuff. Let's see, food, right? Gecko steak. I guess I could drop the harmonica. The bottles are actually craftable with, which I kind of figured they should be, right? Or maybe we can use them to make like clean water and stuff, or whatever from a water source, maybe. Also, I have like no speech, so that's gonna be lovely. Satchel charge. Knife spear. Meals to metal. Butter knife, fork, spoon, tin plate. Is that supposed to like increase what we get out of, I don't know. Food. Okay, so I got one energy. Alright, is there anything I would need belts for? Alright, well, it is night, so... I wonder if he's got a bed we can use. No. I don't think he would. But it's like, if he does. Take a nap. Okay, I'll just leave that one there. No, there's not any beds at the schoolhouse. I guess I have to go all the way back towards that area and sleep. Since we actually have to worry about sleep deprivation. Also, water. Barton Thorn. I mean, we can use the bed.
Hey.
Why the heck were you at?
Hello? Can you help?
What's wrong?
My girl is trapped by geckos on the ridge, and I can't get to her. Please.
Where is
Go
she?
up the path, past the broken radio tower, and go to the right. They're at the top of the trail.
I'll see what I can do. Also, I'm pretty sure this guy just, like, attacks us, but we do need experience, so I'll deal with him in just a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna get on the rocks. That one was zooming. Let's try it for like max. Food, we're only at 50. I don't think that actually helps us. I think that dehydrates us, right? It's like for the food, it shows negative towards condition. Yeah, dirty water even. It's like, oh, I got you in my sights. Getting too gritty with the loot. Let's see if we can get to the campfire and craft a couple items. I was trying to hang on to the Xander root for like more healing powder, but I don't think that's gonna be something I need to be necessarily be able to do at all times. Just like Fallout 2, I hardly like found any Xander root. Could have just been me, but the game made it sound like, oh yeah, you should be able to find this fairly frequently. Intense. Nuts. -1 endurance, +1 HP, -1 agility. But you feel better for about 8 towards food. Oh hey, banana yucca fruit actually gives us some H2O. And so does barrel cactus fruit. Cool. Definitely keep an eye out for that stuff. Jalapeno pepper. Makes you thirsty, which I suppose that makes sense. Also, only heals a little bit for food and hit points. Yeah, I'll go ahead and... But you know what? We will actually just drop that stuff. This is something I really haven't tried doing too much of. A bunch of crafting. Okay, so we look relatively fine. Is this something? Xander, cool. Maybe I will find more in this game than I did in 2. Also, how craptastic is our skill of sneak? 11. Oh, no, never mind. 27. Okay, not nearly as bad. Okay, well, there were 2 gecko hunters, so maybe that was all that was here. Oh, no. Let's just get ourselves up here. Okay, that one's down. How did those not hit? Okay, we'll take the level up. Okay, so lockpick, we need to at least get to 25. Speech. I think we need speech way more than we need barter right now. Okay, that leaves us with 1 point then. Obviously, we need way more speech, so if I can, I'm gonna try and do that before we do the town quest. Eli shot the guy in the face. He was just right there with free loot. Okay, we'll throw the 1 point into melee. Rapid reload. Attention. We don't really need Swift Learner. Rapid reloading, probably not a bad idea. Hunter. In combat you do plus 75% critical damage against animals and utility animals. You know what? We'll probably go for that. And then you got the normal stuff. Black Widow. And Churches La Femme. Which allows us to... yeah. Get plus 10% bonus in damage against female opponents. And then have... I don't know. I guess Snoo with everyone if you really wanted to. I'm not going to worry on that, about that right now. So we're going to go for Hunter, and then next, unless there's something else that seems a bit more pertinent, we'll go for Rapid Reload. All I'm gonna say is it better not be anything that's like freaking Cazador. Man, I wish I had more ammo. But good to just use another weapon repair kit. God damn. What do we got? Yeah. Wow, I got one. Alright, I guess we have no choice. Okay, apparently I stuck with iron sights with that. He's like, you know what? Save the last shot. Alright, got Brock flower. Oh, we actually don't. Anyway, weighs nothing. I only got understand the reference. 4 aces, 4 orange balls. Alright, how round stats? 36. I mean, it is valued at 123, so... I guess we leave behind the camera or something. No, leave behind the conductors for now.
Sorry I tricked you, but thanks for clearing out the geckos. Now I can get to that stash up there, after I deal with you.
I mean, he tried. Let's see if there's anything we can actually use for repair, maybe. That's worth 46. Gives us +1 perception. It's another 2, so we'll go with that. Okay, so that puts us normal. That actually gives us nothing. At least 3. At least 15 only gives us 4, but it's worth 180, so we're selling that. Okay, and then we'll just walk back up here and drop off like reward books or something. Actually, I should probably find a spot to store them because there's probably a place you can turn in for the pre-war books. And I'll leave the camera. Interesting. Okay, we got a little bit of experience from that. And okay, so that helps with sleep. Makes sense. Carbonated, right? Makes you a little bit dehydrated. Does nothing. Alright. then we'll go back to Good Springs and trade in.
You looking to buy some supply?
Alright. We could hang on to that for later. We'll do these three. We're gonna sell the cleaver, sledgehammer, switchblade. We got rid of that, so we have a little more. Get rid of the field hand. Set the conductor. Coyote hide. Get rid of the egg. Eggs. I'm not sure if the belts are worth crafting. Like, even just to sell. I didn't see anything that needed belts, but maybe like for weapon crafting later on, maybe. Alright. Rock flowers 5. God damn. Oh yeah, yes, okay. Take those. Okay, so we are currently using 556. We should be able to get 223 just fine. That is 3 caps per. Get those.
Give me a shout if you need anything.
Alright. That way we have plenty of ammo, right? At least for now. Also have a grenade launcher if we really need it. But, gotta make sure we're not danger close. Got scrap metal to lead. But then I'd still need powder, right? Wow, scrap metal only gets you 5 per. I need 1 more scrap metal and a wrench. Okay, you can't actually do anything with those bottles. As we just do one last little check through, make sure there's not anything that we missed that we want. We don't have a whole lot of opportunity around here for experience, I don't think. Okay. Okay, so we'll use the 223 up first. If we can. Unless it looks like it's going to be way more tanky, we have no choice but to fight it. I don't know.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
Whoop that in mind. Now, if you're not gonna buy something, get out. Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
Okay. Overheard your argument. What was that about?
Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
Okay. Oh, that Cobb wasn't able to find Ringo. This town's not that big.
Cobb hasn't exactly been looking for Ringo too hard. I think he's afraid that Ringo will ambush him, which is probably true.
Alright, just kill Cobb and be done with it.
You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants.
Okay, what are you going to do?
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
Powder gangers.
Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
Okay, where's Ringo
He's
now?
holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill.
What the hell is your...
We're gonna wait for him just to get far enough out of town, so I don't have to worry about unnecessary casualty. Oh, good, you're running.
Hello?
Jack. Thank you. Oh, he had a self board. I actually don't side with the powder gangers. They're not that big of a problem to take out. But things will be different on this one since I actually have it on very hard. And so we got survival mode going on. Actually, if he's still open, let's sell the stuff we don't care about, like the powder ganger uniform.
You looking to buy some supply?
Dang, only 9. Still, seems to have decent damage. Guard armor. Yeah, I guess I'll take that.
Another satisfied customer.
Actually, you know what? If you have a scrap metal and a wrench. There's the scrap metal.
Give me a shout if you need anything.
Cool. Now we can have repair kit. Weapons repair kit. Oh, I have to have 50. Damn it. Interesting. Oh yeah, we could probably sell the binoculars, right? Actually, wait. Only 150. It's 19 versus 33. Okay. Okay, so good news is it keeps the ammo type that you loaded in. Alright, and then we'll talk with the guy.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me? Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play?
A man named Joe Cobb was looking for you, but I killed him.
Thanks, I guess. Cobb wasn't the problem, though. I could have handled him if he ever found me. Cobb's friends are the bigger problem. And when he doesn't get back, they'll be coming here for blood. There's no way I can fight them all.
So what are you going to do about the powder gangers?
I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
If you need a hired gun, I'm available. I mean, I do kind of need money, so.
All I've got left on me are a handful of caps. But you get me out of this, and I'll make sure the Crimson Caravan pays you back. You've got my word.
It'll have to do. What now?
We just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board...
I'll just try and see what I can round up.
Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.
Alright, also, boxing times. Currently had no weight. Doctor's bag, used. Better take the doctor's bag. Fishing battery, sure, we'll take that. Alright, let's go to that. Great. Great. Okay, so apparently that's his. Serpentine snow. I reckon that's probably about it. I'm gonna carry one empty soda bottle, just because maybe, just maybe, you can use it to fill up for purified water or something. Somehow I doubt it. We can't have a nice, refreshing Aqua Pura.
Evening. Howdy.
We know about Joe Cobb.
Bad trouble.
That's helpful.
Welcome.
Goodbye. Okay, you're just there. I'm like, did he already start walking around? Actually, what time is it? 10:23. His VR going into his sleep. Okay, so let's just go that. Now we just need food. Too bad you can't use it to actually fill up like containers. Tanned gecko hide. Which requires turpentine. Okay, let's do that, I guess. We're doing this on a fresh profile, so we don't have any achievements or anything. Alright, so tan gecko hide. It's worth 50. Oh. I don't have a whole lot of carry space, as it is. Okay, so I can't extract that. I can't extract those, but I can extract that one. Alright, so we got a little bit more Xander root. It certainly seems a lot more plentiful than what I was getting in Fallout 2. Alright. So, I got the rest of the loot here. Got orange balls. So far we haven't had any major issues. I mean, it's just the beginning, so, you know. But we will actually have to pay for beds and stuff. Take into account. So it'll probably be a bit more like on the neutral side overall. Maybe like mostly good karma with some more selfishness here and there because we need money to stay going. So good news is we can get our hands on one item that we can extract from the wild, and turpentine. We can make tanned hides that sell for more. Okay, we got 3 leather belts. Leather belts. Would sell for 15 a pop. Or I'm sorry, or probably like 5 per 10. So. Yeah, I guess we'll do that, and then we'll just sell it all for ammo and supplies. We're so heavy. What's that? Scrap electronics. Okay.
You looking to buy some supply?
And the car's going to get the full amount, but seem to get more. We could sell the binoculars. We could also sell the throwing spears. 32. I'm sorry, 11. The DPS is 33. Damage is 32.
Thanks.
Okay. I was just starting flowering. And our speech is not super great. Trying to think if there's anything I can do that would be relatively low risk for maybe... I got a ways to go before I would level it though. Would be a good way to get some armor and stuff if we can get the speech though. I guess I could go on the road and see if I can find an enemy or two I can take out for like a little bit of experience, maybe. Just because I don't know if we already have recently. I know there's some powder gangers that kind of hang out about. So maybe they're stationed like right over there because they hold that town. That one I probably will not be ready for. So, I suppose the question is, where are these powder gamers? I can get the drop on them. I can't tell that's someone or not. This Florida was supposed to be like a spot powder gangers. Oh, good. As I was saying. Maybe that sound's coming from Prim. Ow. There. You stole from freaking powder gangers. It's a shotgun, sure. Another charge. Alright. Weighs 8. No, okay. It's like, is that like a way to, you can use to sneak into town? Or elsewhere? But no. I don't think I see him. There. Two. Alright. Probably would have actually taken damage or something if Gizzy didn't kick in. Hydra, destroy one condition, sure. Got any business where? Kind of need that though. Powder gang output. Yeah, I guess we got that. You know what? I'll come back later. We will come back for that when I have room for loot. Ah.
You looking to buy some?
Alright. So we got 12, plenty of things of dynamite. Right. Powder charge. I like how it says value 250 between them all. Right. 120. I suppose I'm gonna have to take that. Oh, okay, cool. It actually weighs nothing. So. Whiskey. Makes us thirsty, gives us +1 charisma, +1 to strength, -1 to intelligence. Might have some use. Laying on to it for now. Okay, so that's 0 on the weight. Put it on the side chest, also 0. Alright, so all the magazines are temporary use. Give you a temporary boost to your stats if you're trying to do something specific. And skill books, I think, like actual proper skill books, if they exist, are a permanent +1. Okay, so we can sell that. We can sell that. We'll hang on to pre-war money unless we absolutely need. It'll be like our emergency fund, right? They only weigh one. These weigh 150 though. Doesn't hardly weigh. Okay. Those are absolutely nothing. Junk food only heals us for like a little bit, for like 5 hit points. Sell it. I don't think we're going to keep the energy or the laser pistol. Should probably sell it. Because it weighs 3. I can't really make use of the E-cells for now. This thing weighs 550. Alright, so that. And I think we're... ammo box. Okay,
Give me a shout if you need anything.
Oh, it started a little bit late. I guess we'll go finish out the, as long as it hasn't froze. I think our game may froze. If it froze, then I guess we'll just call it there, and then... Yep, it did. Right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and call it there. So, I need to put together a trailer for it. I think I started to, so I might have a unfinished project somewhere. And then... all the more reason to have safety saves, right? Man, I'm really, really tired now. Anyway, so, got a trailer to make for New Vegas. And we'll kind of treat it as like a more proper start tomorrow. Now that we kind of got everything going, I can kind of see how everything's working. Because I haven't touched survival mode in New Vegas, like, maybe hardly at all. So there's a little bit of caveat going on where it's like, well, depending on how this interacts and this interacts and this interacts, then I can kind of formulate a plan on going forward. And with that, we can have a base strategy that we can kind of just go off of, and whether or not it actually works, who knows. I have the least amount of experience between 3 and New Vegas with New Vegas, despite it, in many regards, essentially being perhaps the better game. One, from the improvements, just gameplay standpoint, iron sights and all that. Slightly better story. It's arguably better dialogue as well. Though, I haven't done any of the DLC. I know I started 1. But I think that was with USC's. I haven't done what was it? The Dead Money, Honest Hearts, any of that stuff. So be very interesting to go through. Certainly a bit more incentive to do the DLC in New Vegas versus Fallout 3, other than intrigue, really. And like loot, obviously. But with the level cap being extended by like 5 extra levels. So even if you finish the game at 30 and then did the DLC, it's like, yeah, okay. So I can keep going, I can keep growing, and I can keep evolving my character with these stories onward. Not that you're capped or anything, but still. We do have all the DLC that was available for 360 or whatever, because it's Ultimate Edition, so our survival is probably a bit easier than it probably would have been for just like regular base with just the core DLC, not like the weapons and additions and stuff like that. Like the canteen, which doesn't fully negate, so we'll just allow it to be. Because that was my thing. It's like, does it actually like negate the thirst? Is if so, then yeah, we'll drop, sell, get rid of it, whatever. But since it doesn't, so the only problem that we might be facing is console is by far more stable than my PC will handle thus far, at least from everything I've tried so far. It's the game itself freezing on 360. But other than that, we should mostly be fine. Maybe a few quirks here and there. And if I come across like a glitch or something like that, I'll probably look it up to confirm that it is indeed like a glitch that other people have faced, and see if there's an issue that could be resolved or whatever. Depending on how bad it is. Play through it. Kind of like what we did with Fallout 3, where we got locked out of Vault 101. Couldn't go back the second time because we missed that deadline. It's like, oh, there was a deadline that the game doesn't tell you about. There's a very particular point you have to do story mission and all that. Get to that point. If you take too long, I think it's like a week or less on the timer, and you don't return back to Vault 101, you don't listen to the emergency broadcast from Vault 101, you do not get the quest, do not pass go, do not collect $200, do not revisit Vault, cannot potentially re-pick up, what is it, the science bobblehead if you didn't on your first time through. And so that's just locked out. I do have a couple of ideas if I decide to do something more off stream, maybe, depending on what's going on with a variety of different things. And I've been trying a couple other games, like on PC and stuff, to make sure they're relatively working before I try and augment them, perhaps, for a challenge. I'm just going to leave it at that for now, until I get things rolling a bit more and can be a bit more planned out. Especially since we still have our 1v7 challenge coming up at some point. I thought about trying to start for September, but I decided against it because going into September seems kind of bad, ill-timed. Plus, I just couldn't get enough items that I would have been happy to have done by then. And trust me, I rushed. And so now, if nothing else, that means I can go back to some of the other stuff that may have been rushed a little too much and polish it out a bit more, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I can come up with something better, start fresh for a couple of them. Mostly it's just like illustrations or whatever for the time being. I've also been trying to work on potential trailer that kind of states what our rule set is for the challenge at the beginning, right? And just really trying to double, triple check that I got everything set up audio-wise for all of that. My only real concern is it's going to be a hyper-focused challenge, where on the off chance I do get like rated, hosted, or whatever, and have a lot of people, I'll probably I don't know, just kind of like this fear where it's like, oh yeah, you're going to lose a bunch of people because trying to do the challenge and stay active and talk and all that, especially when you're actively trying not to die. It's probably a bit much. And it's not as though I'm well versed in having lots of years live all at once. So there's that too. But just like anything else, it just takes time and practice to eventually get to that point and find the nice flow of things. But I do have stuff set. Some of it probably needs a bit more polish. And I have ideas for other items. I just don't know how well I'd be able to implement that in a live scenario, so I might have to save that for like edits or something afterwards. Sure. Let's see. Tomorrow, all things allowing, in case something stupid happens, like internet goes down or power goes out or whatever, in a bit of a rural area. Not that we have that many problems right now, until maybe the snow starts falling. Is Red Alert 2, Red Alert 3, just the base game for now, going into the Allied campaign, and then afterwards, next week will be Empire of the Rising Sun Japan campaign, because they have a lot more, I guess micro would be the better word, with all their secondary abilities. The Allies seem to have some, and Soviets also have some. They don't seem like hyper intensive that it's needed, and the Allies don't seem to have too many that you need to be like hyper focused on. But Empire of the Rising Sun seems like you just need to be way more on top of everything. In my personal opinion, it seems like, especially when it comes to like the base building, little quirks here and there that take a little bit getting used to. It's like before, everything else is like, oh yeah, you click on the thing, it gets all the way up, and then once the construction is complete, you select where you want to put it, place the building, and then it pops up, has a little animation, and it's usable. It still works that way for Allies. Soviets, you have to go, you click what you want, you click where you want it, and then it builds in the meantime. So you're exposed if you get early rushed. A bit more than like Allies or even and then Rising Sun, a thing pops out and you tell that where you want it to construct whatever it is that you're building. And so it seems like you can do a lot of devious things, specifically with Empire Rising Sun. With that, you could pre-build an entire base ready to go with like an MCV or whatever the base extender is, and then send it out to whatever location. Have everything pre-built, ready to go, and then it's just poof, there's an entire new base out of nowhere that wasn't there like a couple of minutes ago because he just had everything sitting waiting to go, you know? Now, the odds of you actually being able to pull that off, probably a bit lower, to be fair, but there's potential. And I don't know, if I get really bored, I might look up and see like some online matches or whatever that people have done. Because there's probably far more interesting ideas and maybe even some abilities I don't quite understand the full usage of. Because I can honestly say that's what my main problem is with like Mental Omega. Like the mod, I still have no idea what some of the powers do. Like, actually do. I did find a site that has the stuff on it, so I've been kind of reading up and studying it, but actually getting it to the point where it's like, it's just back memory, where you just know off the back of your hand, you know? It is, takes a while. Some of them are like hyper-specific situations you would use them on. But anyway, it's enough of my rambling. I'm going to go ahead and take some of the time that I still have conscious in putting together a trailer for the next go-around. Depending on how much we actually still have to do, I might have to do a little bit of re-engagement. I think I have it set so when I fast travel, it auto-saves. So we're probably fine there. I probably just have to redo my trade in the shop, which is fine. It shouldn't be that hard to remember or figure out what we were trying to do. And go from there. But this is a bit unfortunate. This is probably like the only real threat that we have of it freezing and maybe occasionally crashing in a couple areas depending on how stable the DLC is. But way more stable than the PC version I tried playing, because that the last several times it's like, oh yeah, you get through like 20 minutes. But anyway, stay healthy, stay frosty, and until next time, see ya.